Damn it, man.
Yeah, I'm a Raider, Oakland Raider. From the Bay to LA to Las Vegas. I'm a player, a boss player. If you with me, pop your collar, shake them haters. I'm a Raider, Oakland Raider. From the Bay to LA to Las Vegas. I'm a player, a boss player. If you with me, pop your collar, shake them haters.
I'm from the city of Sac, rapping silver and black. Word to honcho, give me the strap. The realest is back. Stupid chop with something silly attached. Eye for an eye, fuck it man, give me a patch. I'm a Raider, Oakland, LA, Vegas, Jalen, Kenyon, Jacobs, Regis. Man, bruh, dog, we litty. The shine with the speed, Edwards with the 50-50. Yeah, this that I silver and Blackfield. Abram in the box, I'm Merrick in the backfield.
Yo. Shout out to the nation, man. Shout out to everybody already here in the building. What is really good? Shout out to Chance Worthy, Digital Press. What's up, nephew? That one guy, the Gaffler, this day and age. Oh, Will Singleton Dash Resource. What's up with my brother, man? Sean Johnson in the building. Yes. Good morning, man. Welcome to the latest installment of Coffee and Convo. I am your host, Graphk Raider. Shout out to everybody on Twitter and Facebook also watching the show right now. If you guys want to get your comments in, jump over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I will try my best to get everybody's comments in and up on the screen. Good morning, nation. We see what it is. Breaking news. The Philadelphia Eagles have went out and signed cornerback James Bradberry. I'm going to be honest, man. Philly has had a sneaky offseason. I mean, they went and got A.J. Brown, James Bradberry. They had a really good draft class. Hey, man, shout out to Philly, man. Look, I'm a diehard Raider, man, but I got to give credit when it's due. You know what I'm saying? And they're not in the AFC West, so, I ain't really tripping. You know what I mean? But, hey, man, look, you guys, it's time for these young guys to step it up. I mean, we can go out and get a veteran if we want to, a Joe Hayden, a Kyle Fuller. There's other options out there at corner that we can bring in if we want to. But let's see what these young guys can do. At the beginning of the offseason, we went out and got Anthony Averett. And at the time, I think we traded for Rocky Sin. I was already saying that I liked what this corner room looked like, right? It's always the question of what is Trayvon Mullen going to do? Can he stay healthy? This is a system that Trayvon Mullen would thrive in, would kill it in. But can he stay healthy? I mean, he's just coming off another surgery. We all know if Trayvon Mullen can stay healthy, this guy can be a corner one in this league. But right now, it looks like we have a bunch of corner twos on this roster. But I'm going to tell you guys this. Look, this is how we need to look at this right now. Hold on real quick. Shout out to everybody here in the building, man. I appreciate you guys. The Gaffler, man, I appreciate you, brother. You don't have to do that, man. But if you do, a super is cool on here or Cash App, brother. Graphk Raider. But I'll say this. You go and get Nnamdi. You go get Sue. You go get Sue. Go get Sue. Keep continuing to build those trenches so it takes less pressure off of your secondary. If you go get Sue, right, and you continue to build these, but just build the trenches up. We already got Max. We already got Chandler Jones. These quarterbacks are going to be running for their life already. But if we can have some type of interior pressure, I don't know if it's Bilal Nichols. I don't know if it's any of these other guys. I don't know if Matthew Butler or Neil Farrell Jr. is just, they come in and they're just monsters off the rip. But you go get Sue, you bring some pressure through the interior, and that is going to help your secondary massively. Don't get me wrong. It kind of hurt my feelings, man. I mean, look, James Bradberry's contract is $7.5 million, up to $10 million in incentives. I feel like we could have paid that. So this looks like a move that maybe we talked to him and offered him less, or maybe he said, you know what, I'm going to stay in the East Coast. I'm not going to go too far from where I've been playing and just jump over to Philly. Maybe he wanted to play with Philly. Who's to say? We don't know. But right now, at this point, we can go get a Kyle Fuller or a Joe Hayden. I'm going to be real with you guys. That's not going to really do anything for the secondary. A veteran presence. James Bradberry was the way to go if you're going to bring in a veteran. These other guys, man, they're washed up. You know what I mean? Maybe Kyle Fuller, he's a little younger, and maybe you could take a flyer on him. I know he's dealt with some things, but I'd take a flyer on him maybe. But Joe Hayden is way up there in age. Xavier Rhodes, up there in age. Maybe if we got lucky, we could go get Xavier Rhodes, and he plays that Casey Hayward role this year, that veteran that comes in as in cornerback one. I don't know. But right now, maybe this June, 21 Ravage. Maybe this post-June money is handicapping us. Maybe. Kevin King, Dominique. Kevin King. I've been a fan of his work since Washington. You know what I mean? When he played in college. You know what I mean? Hasn't really panned out for him thus far in the NFL. He was really bad in Green Bay. But I'm willing to take a flyer on a Kevin King, a young guy. $5 million in cap space, so no money is handicapping us. Well, look, Omni. Take into account, we went out and got a couple other guys, and I think that we are looking at Sue. Hey, what if James Bradberry was never really in the cards ever? What if we never looked at him? What if we were all just kind of buying the hype? What if Patrick Graham was like, nah, been there, done that? He has an inside scoop on him. Maybe he was like, no, let's not do it. I got what I need. I don't know. But I know this. With all these guys that we brought in, with Harmon back there at safety, with Merrick, with Gillespie seeing what he can do in year 2, finally being healthy. All these other guys, Palomalu's nephew just came in from USC, 6'4", his measurables are crazy. If he makes this roster, he can be a monster for us. I'm comfortable with our safety room, right? Our linebacking core looks pretty nice now as well. And our defensive end room is insane. I mean, we got 2 of the best in the league. And then we got Malcolm Kuntz coming off of a really good year in short time that he played. I mean, the guy had, 2 sacks in 2 games or some shit like that. Klee looking to revitalize his career. We need that defensive tackle that's going to really penetrate the middle. Pause if necessary. And I think bringing in Sue would definitely help this roster and help this secondary. James Bradberry is the Eagle, y'all. We can't harp on it. It is what it is. Keep it moving. Bradberry's not worth it. We good in Raider Nation. Shout out to MP, man, my dog. Shout out to Niche. $7.5 million. No, that's a good deal. That is a very good deal. What if Graham wants Sue? Might as well develop the corners we got. Hey, man, I'm a big fan of Anthony Avery. I watched his tape a lot from last year. I don't know. It's all love, my brother. It's all love, King. You ain't got to apologize for that, man. It's time to see what they can do. Anthony Avery. Like I said, I've said this before a million times, you guys. We have a lot of guys on 1-year deals. Trayvon Mullen, 1-year deal. Rock Ya-Sin, 1-year deal. Anthony Avery, 1-year deal. These guys are going to fight like maniacs to win a spot on this roster and get another contract. That is a good thing to have. A lot of people look at that as a problem. Oh, man, we got a bunch of guys on 1-year deals. No, these guys are going to come in and battle, and they're going to fight their asses off because they want to prove to the league that they belong here. So I want to see what these young guys can do. It does kind of suck. I thought the writing was on the wall that James Bradberry was going to be a Raider. I did. You know what I mean? I thought it. You know what I mean? I pretty much almost damn near guaranteed it because everything was just the line, you know what I mean? Lining up like we need a corner. We missed out on Honey Badger. We need a corner. We need to still improve that secondary. James Bradberry's there. Patrick Graham. He wanted to play for Patrick Graham again. I mean, I'm thinking in my head, this is going to happen. Well, guess what? It didn't happen. We got to move on, move forward. Anthony Avery is one of our guys. Rock Ya-Sin is our guy that we gave up Yannick for, and I'm excited to see what Rock Ya-Sin can do. Been a fan of his work since Temple as well. You know what I mean? So let's see. And if Trayvon Mullen comes back from this surgery ready to go, I'm telling y'all now, if he's healthy. I've been very, very critical of Trayvon Mullen. But the way this system is set up, the way Patrick Graham runs this system, this is literally set in stone for Trayvon Mullen to succeed. And I think maybe, just maybe, Patrick Graham said, we can get Graham, but guess what? I think we have something in Mullen. He's younger. He's on pretty much a 1-year deal now. His rookie contract's about to be up. Let's have this guy go out here and battle for a new contract. I think that Mullen may be that number one guy moving forward. Big if, he can stay healthy. Where can we fill O-line holes? Who's still out there? My guy is Darrell Williams, Patriot, right tackle from Buffalo. He can play guard too. He can, he's versatile, play guard and tackle. That's my guy to go get. To be honest, that was one of Morgan Moses was my number one right tackle, and he was off the board immediately. He went straight to Baltimore on a hometown deal for $5 million a year. And then from that point, Darrell Williams is my number one guy. You know what I mean? My opinion, I don't believe what, brother? That Mullen can be that guy? Because, look, to be honest with you, I've been very critical of him. So you may be right. I'm saying if healthy, though. If healthy. I don't believe it if he's not going to be healthy. But if he can remain healthy, right, and be a little less handsy, which he did show that in the limited time that he played last year, if he can get less handsy and stay healthy, he could be that guy. But it's a big question mark, Biggest acquisition at this point, Docs, is health. Best ability is availability. And this is why, you guys, we go out and we get Sue. That's why. You go get Sue. Durable, has not missed a game since 2014, played all 17 last year, 6 sacks in Tampa Bay. And now he has 2 great all-pro defensive ends on the side of him. Go get Sue. Go get Sue. Graph, I was a little bummed out here with the news, but I'm trusting in the Equinox. Talk that wasted shit, bro. My opinion. In a perfect world, brother, yes. I want to see Bam kill it. I'm a huge fan of Bam. A lot of people kill him because he's 26. He started playing football really late. That's the only reason he went undrafted. And he's raw, right? He's raw. But 6'8", the measurables are there. I think 6'8", 6'9". I would love if Bam went out and beat everybody for that right tackle spot. In a perfect world, you get an undrafted guy out of Utah that comes in and wins that spot. That would be beautiful, brother. Beautiful. Docs, we're solid. We still have cuts. This coaching staff knows what they're doing. If the refs don't F us and the ball bounces our way, we will go deep. Shout out to my brother. I agree with you, brother. This coaching staff definitely knows what they're doing. And once again, you guys, it was going to be tough anyway, filling that void of, bringing in Bradberry and still paying Waller, still paying Renfro. It was going to be tough. Let me ask you guys this. Would you rather pay Bradberry $10 million or pay Sue $6 million? Let me ask you guys that. On a 1-year deal, would you rather pay Sue $6 million or Bradberry $10 million? Let me know. Shout out to Downs. I appreciate you, brother. Shout out to my dog, Jose. Always love, King. Docs, these guys have to step it up. Mullen having surgery. I think Averett is our cornerback too. And Averett can play in the slot as well, you guys, if Nate Hobbs has to jump outside or something happens. Can't wait for the season. Let's go and get Darrell Williams. Facts. Facts, my brother. Facts. Shout out to my brother Jose, man. Darrell Williams is my guy. Everybody says Sue. 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 Okay. Sue for 600, Alex. Shout out to Cold Coffee Tea, brother. Sue for $6 million. James Moore. There we go. Shout out to my brother Jose once again. Yeah, Matt. You know what it's starting to feel like? This Mullen situation is starting to feel like the Brian Edwards situation, right? Like we're kind of just sitting here waiting around year after year, and we're like, he's going to do it. He's going to do it. He's going to do it. And then he's gone. You know what I mean? I feel like Mullen has more potential. Like, he showed what he can do when he's healthy. But I feel like this is kind of a Brian Edwards kind of situation where we're waiting to kind of see when he's going to finally tap into that potential and really show out on the field. But we've seen more out of Mullen than we've seen with Brian Edwards, to be honest. You know what I mean? But it just kind of it's kind of comparable. You know what I mean? Like the situation. Wipe them feet, you guys. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, please hit that subscribe button. Also, man, if you guys want to become a member of the channel, hit the link up top. It's definitely one of the best ways to support the channel. It's pinned up top. Shout out to my brother Raider for life. Docs, what do you think about trading for Jesse Bates? Did you see that Nick Wright put up? I have a video already set in stone for Nick Wright. You guys know I love doing those skits on Nick Wright. So there's one on the way. I got you. I got you covered. 6-11. Come on, man. Come on, man. Shit's crazy. And he still had KC winning the division. But no, Jesse Bates is not going to happen. Jesse Bates is going to be the highest paid safety in this league. That's why he's not going to play on the franchise tag. He wants to be paid. And there's no way in hell you can go, like, in a few years, we're going to have to pay Merrick. You know what I mean? And Raider for life, if you want Jesse Bates, you're probably giving up a first-round pick for him. And there's no way in hell that Ziegler trades 2 back-to-back first-rounders. It's not in his DNA, unless he shows me something different. It's not in Ziegler's DNA. He's not going to trade 2 back-to-back first-rounders. You know what I mean? To give them up, to pay big-time contracts. You pay Devontae Adams. And then think of this. A lot of these guys on the defensive side of the ball got to get paid in a few years. Merritt got to get cashed out. We got to figure out what we're doing with these all one-year corners, Rockison, Averett, Mullen at some point. You know what I mean? I think Bilal Nichols is on a 2-year deal. Chandler Jones is on a 3, so they're good. Max has already been cashed out. What if we bring in Sue on a 1-year deal? You know what I mean? Like Denzel Perriman. What if he performs like he did last year again this year in this system? You have to pay him. You have to take care of him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's going to get astronomical amount of money, but there's just no way in hell we can afford to go out and go get a Jesse Bates. It's just not. And I think that Merrick will be a Jesse Bates type player. I do, Raider for life. I really, really do, brother. I think that Merrick is going to be that all-pro, Pro Bowl guy here in the near future. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Jamal says, I think Bradberry was a plus, but I'm pretty confident in our corners in the system. And I said that, Maul, since Jump Street. I said, I actually like these guys. I do. I want to see what they can do. The problem is we're thin at corner right now. You know what I mean? I know we still got a Meek. We don't know what we're going to do with him. I don't even know if he's going to make the roster. We went and got, Darius Phillips from Cincinnati. I think he's going to be more of a special teams guy, but he can be, he can be thrown out there here and there. But we're pretty thin. Stanford Samuels, Ryan, there you go. Undrafted guy out of Florida State, right? Ryan, that's another guy that we just signed. Robert, we can go out and look at Jackrabbit. I'm not against that. I'm not against that at all. But I just think that we're pretty thin right now at corner. And even if we don't go get a number one per se, go get a Kyle Fuller. See what he can do in this system. Why not? He's cheap. Why not? Keyshawn Nixon moved on, Spencer. He was a free agent this year. He's no longer a Raider. Shout out to everybody in the building. Somebody said my Facebook live was tripping. Oh, I'm live. I'm live on Facebook. Raider for life. I would love that. The guy grew up a Raider fan, grew up in Oakland, born and raised. I would love to see him out there doing the C word, throwing up the O. But the problem is the contract and what you have to give up for Marcus Peters. And he's coming off a really bad injury. But I would love it. I would love it. What does that entail, Raider for life? What will we have to give Baltimore to get Marcus Peters? And does Baltimore want to make us stronger? They know that we're going to be a team that's going to be fighting for a playoff spot just like them. So, would they even allow him to move on to us in the trade? Patriot, facts. Best pickup, Ziegler, McDaniels, Graham. Definitely. Traded third for him, Caden. I don't think that gets it done, brother. He from West Oakland. Talk that shit, Gaff. Shout out to my big bro, Wasted in the building. Yeah, Xavier Rhodes is available. That's another guy that you can take. He actually looked pretty good last year with the Colts. He looked pretty good. I think he's up there in age. Big Shane. I'm gonna be honest, man. Incognito's done. He's done. Yeah, Keyshawn Nixon is a Detroit line. I know the other day, he kind of hinted at he's not done yet. He's going to come back. But I'm going to be real with you. That was a Gruden guy. Incognito was a Gruden guy. I don't know how this new regime would feel about bringing in an Incognito. You know what I mean? It takes a special kind of crazy to handle a Richie Incognito. You know what I mean? I don't know if Carmen Brasillo is going to be around for that. You know what I'm saying? Bobby, Philly fan. We're not mad, brother. Y'all got a nice pickup. We're not mad. Why would we be mad? You guys still got to show and prove. On paper, we're still a better team than you guys. We're not mad about that. To be real, Philly needed James Bradberry more than we did. Josh Norman forced 8 fumbles last year. Bring that. Josh Norman looks done, Cash. I'm going to be real with you, my brother. You look cooked. That man can't cover for shit. That's something to think about, Vega, because Baltimore loves to run the ball. That's something to think about. Peters is a liability in coverage. He's the older Trayvon Diggs. We're not going to talk about that, bro. We're not going to go that route. You're not going to talk about my fellow Northern Californian, bro. We're not going to talk about him like that. Wasted. Come on, man. Keep that violence in New Jersey today, bro. Take that out on the Newark streets, bro. Do not bring that East Coast negativity to me and my people out of Northern California, man. Wasted. Cold motherfucker, man. It's too early for that shit, man. It's too early for that shit, man. Sean, he just got cashed out big money in Green Bay. Mackenzie Alexander's not going anywhere. Yeah, we not, you know what I mean, Jay? We got to take care of our own, brother. Ms. Molly, good morning, family. Let's be real, though. Just another DJ. Most corners are soft when it comes to tackling, bro. Most of them are. Oh, you said, I'm tripping. I thought you were talking about Jair Alexander. My apologies. Wrong Alexander. Yeah, wrong Alexander. Got to go back up now and see what he's talking about. Shout out to Sean. I should have knew Sean was smarter than that. Mackenzie Alexander. I'll take a flyer on Mackenzie. Hey, Docs, I still say Joe Hayden. He knows the AFC. But Joe Hayden is what, 34, 35, something like that? Let me look his age up, brother. Hayden is up there in age, man. He's up there in age. He's 33. He's 33 years old. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Yeah, I think Hayden's done, my brother. Chris, I do. I think Hayden's done. What we have now is stability. It feels strange. Definitely, bro. Hella weird, right? Hella weird, bro. Hella weird. Shit's crazy. Shout out to Niche again, my dog, man. Shout out to my brother Jose once again. Docs, I was looking at the free agent tracker, and the only few guys I'd take left is Darrell Williams, Sue, Dante Hightower, and maybe Eddie Goldman. At this point, so you look at it like this. Eddie Goldman and Sue, both defensive tackles. I'm taking Sue. I know Goldman, former Chicago Bear, Champ Kelly kind of got the up and up with him. I'm going Sue. Sue 10 times out of 10. Dante Hightower at this point is up there in age as well. What is he, 32, 33? Somewhere around there? Let me look at Dante Hightower too. Former New England linebacker. Dante Hightower, I think he's 34, right? Or 32. 32, okay. I'd take a flyer on him. Why not? Why not? He's a veteran. I would do it. And Darrell Williams, most definitely. Most definitely. But I think with all the guys that we got in this, my apologies, y'all. I think most of the guys that we got here in the draft and undrafted, like we got a bunch of offensive linemen. I'm going to be real. I think we're done. I think that Carmen Brasillo wants to groom some of these guys and create some of the, create some mold these guys. You know what I mean? I think that Darrell Williams is off the table at this point. I would love to bring him in, but I do think that Carmen believes he has the guys that he needs to succeed. You know what I mean? So I'm excited to see what Carmen can do with these guys on the offensive side of the ball. The guys like Bam and, you know what I mean, and all these guys, man, that we got in the draft, man. I'm excited. You know, Parham. I mean, Dylan's going to be nice. I really think that Dylan can potentially be a Pro Bowl guy. You know what I mean? Whether it's at center or guard, I don't really care. This guy's a monster. You know what I mean? So we got some guys, man. My boy out of Ohio State. Like we have some dogs on the offensive line. We just got to groom them up a little bit. Shout out to Jose once again. I appreciate you, King. Shout out to my brother Wasted, man. AJ Bouye and Sue bring in X Rhodes as well. I like AJ. I do. He's had a couple tough years, but he was really good at one point. I'm not against bringing in AJ. I'm not at all. I'm not at all. But Sue is definitely. I would like to bring in Rhodes too, but like once again, if you bring in Rhodes, all we're expecting him to do is hopefully getting what we got out of Casey Hayward. At best, what we got out of Casey Hayward last year is what we're hoping to get out of Rhodes, right? Like at that point, that's all we can ask of is hopefully we can get what we got out of Casey out of Xavier Rhodes. But he's not going to be that Pro Bowl, all-pro guy again. You know what I mean? You're just bringing him in just to kind of help these young guys for a year and then move on. You know what I mean? Shout out to Wasted, man. Appreciate you, my brother. You already know. You know you got to do that shit, King. Shout out to my dog once again, man. Jose, man. Jose be keeping the lights on over here at Doc CNT. It's crazy, man. Shout out to my brother, man. Bold take. I hope my prediction is true. I think Carmen Priscillo can make Brandon Parker a lot better. I do too. I definitely do too. Facts. There's a reason why we signed him. And to be honest, you look back at the contract, we pretty much paid him like a starting right tackle. What was that deal again, you guys? Did Brandon Parker get like $4 million? Was it like 3.7 or $4 million? Something like that. Think about this. Morgan Moses got 5 in Baltimore. He got starting right tackle money. So, you know, maybe Carmen does believe in this guy. Former 3rd-round pick. You know, he has all the measurables. Maybe he just needs to be helped a little bit. But I'm not a Brandon Parker. I'm not a huge advocate for Brandon Parker. I'm not. You know what I mean? He got to show me. I got to see it, man. I got to see it. To me, he's more of a rotational, you know what I mean, guy that can come in and play a few downs here and there. But I'm not sold on Brandon Parker. If Carmen is, though, I'm going to kick back and enjoy the ride. 3.5, I believe. Somewhere around there, right? Jamal, you stupid, bro. You stupid. I would love to bring in Anthony Barr, veteran, Chris, former Minnesota Viking, UCLA Bruin. I'm all for it. But I am excited to see what these guys can do at linebacker already, right? Jayon. I mean, look, Jayon Brown's going to be a dog for us. We still got Denzel Perryman. I think that Divine Diablo has all the potential in the world to be a standout linebacker in this league. And then Darian Butler, like I spoke about him a million times out of Arizona State, undrafted. You know what I mean? Antonio Pierce is our linebacking coach now. He coached him in Arizona State. You know what I mean? Like I think he has an up and up with him because he knows what he wants out of him, what he wants out of his linebackers. So keep an eye on Darian Butler. Keep an eye on Darian Butler. That's a guy you got to keep an eye on. But and then you know we went out and got Kenny Young. I think Kenny Young could be one of those guys. You know what I mean? So I think our linebacking core got a lot better. I do. And if we can somehow, some way squeak another year out of Denzel Perryman like he did last year, I think that this linebacking core, this linebacker room is actually going to be really, really good. If we can get a Denzel Perryman year, 17 games out of him, shit, even if it's 15, 14 games out of him, because he's always hurt. You know what I mean? Like this has been the story of his career since Miami and since college. But I believe if Denzel can pull another year like he did last year, Divine's going to eat, Jayon's going to eat, all these other guys are going to eat around him. But Anthony Barr is definitely a name to keep an eye on. My opinion, oh, dude, our linebacking core is way better this season. No joke. Facts. Jose, sorry, Docs. I'm all over with my super chats. What about Kevin King? We just talked about him a second ago. Corner, I believe he used to play for Green Bay. He's young, 27. I was a huge fan of him coming out of the draft, Jose, out of Washington. Former Husky. I was a huge fan of him. He's lengthy. You know what I mean? He has all the measurables. He just never really put it all together. And he looked really bad in Green Bay. He was getting cooked left and right. But that is the kind of guy, right, that you would go out and give a chance, right? You go out there and give him a chance. I'm not against going out and bringing him in on a vet minimum. Why not? Bring him in on it. Bring him in. That's the kind of guys at this point in free agency and this point, you know what I mean? Where you look at. You look at a Kevin King. You look at an AJ Bouye. You look at these cheap options, Kyle Fuller, the Joe Haydens, and you say, can I get anything else out of him? What can we squeak anything out of him? Or in Kevin King's case, can we actually bring out the full potential that he's had since Washington? I'm all for it, Jose. Shout out to you, my brother. And don't worry, man, about you being all over the place, man. I appreciate you, man, and your support, King, as always, man. Shout out to Raider Prophet on the 50 bomb, my brother, man. I appreciate you, King. Appreciate you. Get you some Woodson whiskey, Docs. Appreciate your lives. Two things about Sue. How much money will he demand? A double team? Is there a DT on the roster who demands a double team? If not, we're not done. Clee at outside linebacker. Great idea. I'll say this. Thank you, my brother. Once again, you always support the channel. Appreciate you, King, as always, brother. And I'm definitely going to get some Woodson whiskey. Sue, how much money? Let me ask you guys this. What do y'all think he commands? I'm thinking $5-6 million at most. Maybe even some incentives in there. I'm thinking $5 to $6 million. I think Matthew Butler will learn a lot from Sue. I think Neil Farrell Jr. will learn a lot from Sue. That's another reason you bring Sue on for a year, to teach these young guys, you know what I mean, what this league is about and what to expect at the next level. But Sue, $5 to $6 million. That's what I think. Will he demand a double team? I do think so. And let's be real. At this point, does he really need to? Because when you got Max on one side and Chandler Jones on one side, I think we're already off to the races. You feel me? So, but yeah, I do think so. He can still play the run very well. He can still get to the quarterback very well. 6 sacks last year. At his age, that's kind of unheard of, man. You know what I mean? So why not give him $1 million for each sack that he got last year? $6 million for Sue. And yes, I do think that he could demand a double team. Anybody else on this roster thus far has not proven it. Bilal Nichols has not been proven to demand a double team. I think Matthew Butler or Neil Farrell Jr. at some point can. And we'll see what Clee can do this year. We'll see. I know they said outside linebacker, but I still think that Clee is going to be lined up all over the place. I do. I don't think it's just going to be a strictly outside linebacker. I think he'll be all over the place. DT in a NASCAR package if we do decide on running those. Play some edge. I think Clee's going to be all over the place. Raider Prophet, once again, my brother, I appreciate you, man. Everybody in the comment section, do me a favor, man. Wipe them feet, hit them thumbs up. I appreciate you guys. If you guys want to become a member of the channel, hit the link. It's pinned up top, man. Always love, man. Love you guys to death. Shout out to my boy Mike Nino on the dub, man. Mullen played well last year. When healthy. Let's see what he can do. Raider Thanos, sending shout out. Oh, shit. Is that my brother Thanos? My brother Thanos, man. What's good, King? Brother, we got to hook up, man, when we get back to Vegas, man. That's my guy, man. Thanos been rocking with me since day one. Shout out to my dog, Raider Thanos, and I appreciate you. And you're right. If Mullen can stay healthy, he'll be a dog. But that's a big question mark, my brother. Shout out to my brother Thanos. Shout out to my guy Patriot, as always, man. Love, my brother. Thank you on the Super King. Shout out to my brother Kyle Holt as well. Will Graham use Farrell and Abram as linebackers in his defensive scheme, Docs? Well, you know, there's a lot of talk right now about it was a joke that Clee Farrell will be an outside linebacker. I kind of called this earlier on in the offseason. I thought that he would play OLB in a 3-4. Yeah, I mean, look, I think he will. I'm not saying that we're going to have Farrell dropping into coverage and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But Abram, yes, playing in the box. Keep him in the box. Keep him close to the line of scrimmage as much as possible. This guy is a firecracker, man. If you keep him as close to the line of scrimmage as you can, This guy can get to the run. He can get to the quarterback. One thing about Abram is he tackles violently a lot, right? And when he's closer to the box, I'm a little scared, a little afraid that he may get injured again, that shoulder, you know what I mean? Because this guy hits violently. But this is football, man. You got to take the chances, right? Keep him as a linebacker near the box, in the box, and near the line of scrimmage. That's where I want to see Abram this year. Shout out to my brother Kyle. Shout out to my brother Wasted as well. Never bad to have all these young guys rubbing shoulders with the Hall of Fame DT. That's facts, my brother. Shout out to my brother Wasted on the super as well. My man's always be fucking up with this with the spelling, man. It's hilarious. My brother is so intelligent and can't spell for shit on the internet. And you know what he's gonna say? My fingers are too fat, bro. I'll be typing. Love you, brother. Shout out to Jamal. What's good with you, King? It's all love, my guy. You know, I see it, brother. I see. Hammer, what's good, Brody? Shout out to my dog, Jose, once again. Docs, do you think Duron Harmon will be that veteran leader on the defense along with Chandler Jones, Max, and Perriman? Yes. I do. I think so. I think Harmon still has something left in the tank. I still think that he's a ball hawk back there in the secondary. I think Merrick is going to learn a lot from him. This man has won a Super Bowl. He's been there and done that. He's played for a great team in New England. Then he bounced around and was a veteran presence with Detroit, the Falcons. I'm here for it. I think he'll definitely be one of those Perriman kind of pickups, Chandler Jones kind of pickups. Definitely. I think he's going to have a sneaky season this year. Shout out to my dog, Jose, man. Fuck you. Oh, shit. Shout out to my dog, Wasted. It's just comedy. I need some more coffee, man. Any noise on the rookies thus far? No, not really. And I actually like that, Lizette. You know what I'm saying? Because recent years, you kind of hear who's doing really good and who's not. It's been really quiet. So that means that right, Sincere McCormick doesn't make this roster. As long as it's really, really quiet, we may be able to stash him on the practice squad. You know what I mean? The more noise you get out of camp, the less chance that you get to throw somebody, on the practice squad and stash them away. I still think Sincere McCormick will make the roster, but it could be a sneaky or Britain out of UCLA. You know what I mean? It's been really, really quiet, and I like that. I think this franchise, the tide has shifted, man. You know what I mean? It has shifted. It has shifted. And we're no longer that same, messy ass franchise that lets everything leak out of camp and all that. You know what I mean? Like, it's been really, really quiet, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So no noise on it. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing, Lizette. That's a good thing. Whoever comes up with 900,000 new words shout out to NorCal, man. Appreciate you, my brother, as always, my guy. Support the channel, fire. Check out the merch. Oaklosvegas.com. Facts. Go grab you some merch, man. Go grab you a shirt. I would be wearing, and I'm going to start wearing my Oak Las Vegas stuff a lot more. I promise you that, you guys. My dryer just broke. I got to go buy a new dryer today. If you guys seen these piles of my clothes, and I got OCD like crazy. So I cleaning my whole house and watching these piles of laundry in my shit right now. It's killing me. Raiders are not the hard knock Raiders anymore. Facts, man. Thank God we got that out the way a few years back. Now we don't have to worry about it moving forward for a while. Let me see. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Get them questions in, you guys. Let's talk that shit. Dame Dash shit. Shout out to Kyle. Amir Abdullah will be used more on special teams this season, I believe. Facts. If Amir makes this roster, he'll be more of a special teams ace. But you will see him at some point lined up in certain situations at wide receiver, and you'll also see him lined up at running back. It's a good thing that we went out and got a veteran like Amir Abdullah that's versatile and can kind of play all across the board. When healthy, Amir is a nice weapon. Shout out to Pastor, man. Totally agree. I'm just not getting my hopes up too high because I'm not sure if McDaniels will have enough to affect the O-line, and our DBs are mass suspect. What do you think? I don't think they're mass suspect. Look at the body of work of all these guys, right? When healthy, Trayvon Mullen has looked pretty good out there. Anthony Averett looked really good with Baltimore last year when all their guys went down and he was forced into the starting lineup. Rock Ya-Sin looked good in Indianapolis. These are guys that are proven in the league. You know, Mullen still has a lot more to prove, but Anthony Averett showed that he belongs in this league last year. And when I mean proven, I don't mean that they're proven year after year. There's still some questions. But if we're just going off what they did last year, Mullen looked good in limited time. Anthony Averett looked good in Baltimore in limited, well, not even in limited, in his playing time, being forced into the starting lineup. And Rock Ya-Sin looked good. So I'm not too worried about it, man. I'm not too worried about it. I'm really excited to watch Rock Ya-Sin. Me too. Me too. Yeah, but Pastor, this is the thing. Now we have a defensive coordinator that's going to play all these guys to their strengths. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm excited to see. When you get a guy like Patrick Graham, that's just that just paints this masterpiece of a defense in every snap, it's different. I think a guy like Patrick Graham is going to bring the best out of anybody. I think Rock Ya-Sin, this will be his best year ever. I think Anthony Averett will build on the last year that he had in Baltimore and be even better this year. I think Nate Hobbs has a chance to take that next leap and be a Pro Bowl nickel corner in this league. I trust Rock Ya-Sin just from last year because he was the number 3 rated corner in the NFL in man-to-man coverage. Facts. I thought it was number 3 or number 4, but yeah, you're right. You're right. That's facts, Jose. Facts, my brother. I'm excited to see what Rock Ya-Sin can do in this system. Shout out to my brother Jose, man. I definitely trust Rock Ya-Sin. I want to see him build on it. And he seemed fired up by being traded from the Colts because that was the only team he ever known. You know what I'm saying? He was drafted there. You know, I think that he seemed very fired up. I think he's going to come out with a chip on his shoulder and something to prove. Shout out to Jose. I definitely think Rock Ya-Sin is going to come out balling. Docs, how would adding Sue make our linebackers look way better? Way better. I mean, let's be real. When you got Sue and Chandler Jones and Max Crosby, that pocket is going to collapse a lot more. You know, I think our one weak area, right? And this is no shade to Yannick. Our 1 weak area, well, you know what? I can say 2 weak areas on our defensive line last year was a lot of our defensive tackles went down. They were injured. Hankins, Darius Falone, Gerald McCoy. You know, a lot of these guys got injured last year. You know, Solomon Thomas started off really good and then just kind of was just non-existent at the end of the year. But Yannick couldn't stop the run. You know what I mean? You know, that hurt us. I think this year with Chandler Jones on one edge that can really play the run very well. And, you know, I mean, he could set the edge and get to the quarterback. And Max got a lot better last year as well against the run. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he's one of the best defense ends against the run because he's not. But he got a lot better. On film, if you watch, he got a lot better against the run last year. So that's already going to make this team better. But if you bring in a Sue, you know what I mean? There wasn't no real big name on the defensive line last year. It was just kind of a bunch of guys that were trying to make their way throughout the league. Quentin Jefferson looked good. He even went down with an injury. You know, we had a lot of injuries at defensive tackle last year. Sue, you bring in a guy that's durable, and I definitely believe that this defensive tackle room is going to be fire. Someone like Bilal Nichols next to Sue, you know, in certain packages, if you go run that 4-3 and you have those two next to each other with Max and Chandler Jones on the outside, that would be crazy. That would be crazy. McCoy is not on a roster, OG. He's a free agent. Out to Benjamin, man. Raiders! My dog, man. Appreciate you, brother. Why can't House play on the outside? He can. I just don't want to see him do it. I've said this time in and time out, you guys. For those who are new to the channel, I know you guys have heard me say this a million times. Go watch Nate Hobbs' film in college at Illinois. Either he made a big play on the outside or he gave up a big play. from the film I watched and from the games I watched. You know what I mean? I just don't want to see him do that. In certain situations, yeah, if you got to throw him outside, great. You know what I mean? Because he can play on the outside. But in the nickel, nah, he's dope. Keep him in the nickel. I think that he will be when his career is all said and done, if we keep him in the nickel, I think people are going to look at Nate Hobbs and say, you know, that was one hell of a player. One hell of a player. Let me see. Is it possible to sign Sue, OBJ, and Williams, or any two of the three? Yeah, it's definitely possible. Think about it, man. At this point, you could probably get Sue and Darrell Williams for $10 million. That's $10 million. And then OBJ, right, is a little different because he probably won't even get signed until mid-season or later on down the line. No one's in a rush to sign OBJ. And the longer it takes, the cheaper it's going to be. Think about it. When you sign OBJ to a 1-year deal, because that's all he's going to get, you're only paying him probably for 8-9 games, maybe. So think about what that deal would look like and what it would entail. It's going to be cheap. You know what I mean? But I'm going to be real with you. If I had to, and I like Darrell Williams, but I think Carmen Brasillo is sold on what he has. I'm looking at Sue, and I know it's not going to happen, but I'm still looking at Julio Jones, man. Him being a Raider would just be so crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? Brave Raider, what's good, Rick? My brother. But Sue, man, at this point, man, he has to be a Raider, man. He has to be. If you're not trying to, build up that secondary anymore, you know what I mean? You didn't go out and get Bradberry. You need to build them trenches up. Build them trenches up, man. Go get Sue, a dominant nose tackle that can stop the run and get to the quarterback. Point blank period, the end. That dude can push the pocket like no other still at his age. That's crazy. Jose, my brother, man, once again, I trust Coach Graham and his knowledge of defense to make us a top 10 defense with what we have. He's one of, if not the best DC in the NFL. Yeah, facts. Definitely trust him. Definitely trust him. And let's be honest. I don't think that we really did him too much help. We really didn't go out and get him too much help in the draft, right? We wouldn't got a running back. We wouldn't got some offensive linemen. You know what I mean? And we got 2 defensive tackles. I mean, we helped him, in the trenches. We did. But we didn't really go out and go crazy in the draft and go get him a corner and go get a safety. We did all that undrafted. We did all that UDFA-wise. So I'm just hoping and praying that some of these UDFAs make this roster and are very, very good for us moving forward, man. For real. I'm praying that. To be real, I don't really know any defensive coordinators that's actually better than Graham out there. Can you guys give me some names? I don't really know any other DCs that are better than Graham. Yeah, facts, William. Just need a top 10, a 15 defense. That's all you need. Ernie, what's good, my brother? Shout out to Curtis. Sue should push the pocket from the inside and let Max and Chandler wreak havoc. Raiders. Hold on, that was weak as fuck. Raiders. Let's go. Facts, Docs, Al Davis style. Trench warfare. Talk that shit, my brother. Talk that shit. Hey, Dirty Eric, he may have his own reasons. You know, he may have his own reasons. He may want to get back at the Giants twice a year. I don't know. Or we just offered them a very less, maybe we offered him $5 million. Maybe we didn't offer him shit. 49ers DC is up there. Yeah, he's nice too. He's nice as well. But he works for the Niners, so we don't show them any love. The other teams will be releasing players at some point. We will see what happens. Yeah, and we're gonna be doing a show here soon, you guys, about potential guys that'll be cut from their respective teams, and we're gonna definitely do a live and talk about that. I definitely want to talk about potential big name cuts from a lot of these franchises moving forward. Post June, it's going to be a lot more moving and shaking. A lot more moving and shaking. Let me see. Come on, bro. I don't think so, bro. I don't think he's a low-key alcoholic, bro. I think that my man's just like the speed a little bit, man. That's it. And I think he learned his lesson. I think he learned his lesson, man. He's a kid. He's a kid, bro. Be patient with him. Be patient. Be patient with him. Sincal. I mean, on paper, he should be. But I'm not going to jump the gun, man. I'm not going to jump the gun. There's still a lot that DC needs to improve with. You know what I mean? I think this O-line got better this offseason with just the instant pickup of Carmen Brasillo already. But I'm not ready to jump out the window yet and say he'll be in the running for MVP this season. He has to prove it. I mean, he went out and got his guy, Devontae Adams, the best wide receiver in the league. We went and got a bunch of other, weapons, Demarcus Robinson and Mac Hollins and Kenyon Drake and Zeus. We got a bunch of guys. But let's not jump the gun. Let's be patient, Sincal. I don't want to say that. I want to – let's take it week by week. You know what I mean? I want to see what happens. I don't want to jinx anything, man. Shout out to Eddie. Lovie Smith helped develop Nate Hobbs. Yes, he did. Texans head coach. Coach Biles, Bucks new head coach, and B. Flores are all good defensive minds. Facts, my brother. Facts. Yeah, Sincal, you got to think of this, man. He still fumbles the ball a lot. You know what I mean? What happens if you're fumbling the ball in the playoffs? You can't afford that, right? In a playoff setting, you have to eliminate the stupid turnovers, right? Those last, second, intercept INTs and those fumbles, that's not going to work in the playoffs. You know what I mean? So hopefully DC is working on that in the offseason because I definitely want to see him thrive this year. He got his guy moving forward, wide receiver 1. Let's just see what he can do. It seems like him and everybody else is on the same page at this point right now. Him and Waller, him and Renfro. So, hey, this is going to be the best talent that DC's ever had around him. So I'm just hoping that, he succeeds, man. Tupac, I'm going to be honest, bro. I don't know. If anybody can bring anything out of Amik, it'd be Patrick Graham. But I just, at this point, I don't know, man. 1 week, he's locking down big wide receivers in LA. You know what I mean? And then the next week he's getting cooked in Denver by Cortland Sutton. So, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. But Amik is still on the roster, and we shall see. I don't know if he makes it out alive, bro. I'm gonna be real with you, Pac. I don't know if he makes it out alive. I don't know if he makes this roster. William, I agree. That's what I said this year. Win a playoff game. Get to the second round, and you can build on that. Don't get me wrong. I want to win a Super Bowl. But if you win a playoff game, that's a successful season for us moving forward. We got to the playoffs last year. You win one this year, great. But let me say this, though, William. The problem is this. If we go crazy in the regular season and say we're fucking 14-3, right? Or 15-2 or some shit. 13-4, right? And we only win one playoff game, that's a failure of a season. That's a failure of a season. If we finish this season 11-6 or 12-5 and win a playoff game, hell of a year. If you go 13-4 or 14-3 and all the other shit, like I said, and you lose and you don't get to at least the second round, it's a losing season. It's a losing season. You got to win a playoff game. Got to. At this point, Blue, I don't even know if New England even lets Aguilar go. At this point, they would have to eat $10 million, but they would save $5 million this year. Is that even worth it in New England? Think about that. Is it worth it? Is it worth for them to save $5 million this year, but have to spread out that $10 million, have to pay that off? I don't think New England even does it at this point. I don't think so. Rock, I'm with you. Create depth in the trenches. Facts. Facts. But yeah, man. Coming up on an hour, you guys. Thank you guys for pulling up on me, man. Coffee and Convo. Another installment. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Just had to talk about this real quick. We were all excited about the potential pickup of James Bradberry. It looked as though he'd be a Raider at some point. I mean, it was just all over the place, and boom. Philly was always an option. We talked about Philly. We talked about the Commanders, and he went to Philly. where I guess it's best for him and his family. So at this point, hey, James Bradberry is a Philadelphia Eagle. The good thing is, you guys, he's not a Kansas City Chief. He's not a Denver Bronco. He's not a Los Angeles Charger. He's in the NFC playing for a team that we won't see for many moons. You know what I mean? So, hey, man, it sucks. But, hey, moving forward, go get Sue. Build those trenches. Let's make quarterbacks run for their life. And let's take the pressure off this young secondary in Anthony Averett, Rock Ya-Sin, Nate Hobbs, and Trayvon Mullen. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Y'all may see me later on tonight. We shall see. I'm going to hit up Mount Shillmore and see if they want to get down tonight. Love y'all. One.